The pyramids of Egypt, the invention of the printing press, the moon landing, Halo Combat Evolved, all galactic pioneers in their respective fields that reshaped the very fabric of everything. When Halo Combat Evolved came out, it was like, this right here is a motherfucking video game. Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna have to pass on Pac-Man World 2. In Halo, you were mowing down godless aliens, grenades are flying out of fucking everywhere. Then you're like, I'm gonna blow this up, and it's like, but the best part about Halo Combat Evolved is it led to Halo 2. Halo 2 is like, yeah, you know those soulless aliens? Yeah? Well, they're actually emotionally complex victims of a corrupt system. You got young me who couldn't keep the characters in fucking Dragon Tales straight from one another, emotionally invested in these characters and these complex storylines. The Arbiter's arc of redemption, the betrayal in this game, whatever the fuck is even going on with the Gravemind, it really re-engineered video games. Now you can tell a story and have amazing gameplay. But then Bungie was like, you want to see me do something cool? I'm going to take Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2 and go build off everything and finish the fight. Bam, Halo 3, without a doubt one of the greatest games of all time. And I can't even begin to go over this game because it would need its own video fucking series. It's just so perfect. Mwah. I love you. The only problem with Halo 3 is it finished the trilogy. It was done, finito. But Bill Gates was like, nah, Bungie, I need more money. So they were like, alright, I'll expand this universe. Here's one of the most atmospherical games of all time that expanded the universe and gave us the greatest soundtrack in any game. If you disagree with me, give me my imaginary fucking dislike. I don't give a shit. And on top of that, they're like, here's Halo Reach, a beautifully told prequel story. We're taking the art design the completely opposite way, and done. We're done with Halo. And they walked out. But Bill was like, nah, I need another game with the green guy from Fortnite. And Bungie was like, nah, we're not doing it if we have other ideas. At that point, Big Boy Bill was like, shit, how am I gonna get my sweet, sweet Halo money? I know, I'll make a dedicated studio to only produce the Halo games, and thus 343 Industries was born. And I'm not gonna lie, at the time it was hype. I mean, we were getting another Halo game with Master Chief. We had a studio that was promising to really bring back Halo. It was like, Halo is fucking back, baby. Woohoo! Master Chief, here we go. And then Halo 4 came out. By no means is Halo 4 a bad game, it just wasn't really Halo. The art design and gameplay was really new, but really uninventive and changed stuff that didn't need to be changed. It felt like if I had to explain through a door what Halo was to someone and then they made a game about it. A series that had really reinvented what a video game villain could be laid one of the biggest turds of an unimaginative and uninteresting villain. It was just weird. And it was like, alright, this is their first Halo game. Maybe it was just a little misstep. They're gonna get it right in the future. And then it was just like, all hope was lost. It felt like this absolute titan of a video game series who could do no wrong had lost its way. But then on the horizon came hope. A new game returning Halo back to its roots. Halo Infinite. The old art style is back. We're finally promised the true spiritual successor to Halo 3. And by God, to put it simply, Halo Infinite is epic. This game is a Halo game. The game starts off and right away Master Chief is getting bitch slapped around by a big monkey like he's an unintended child at the Cincinnati Zoo. As one of the lone survivors, you're instantly put up against insurmountable odds and all you can do is kick ass. The first couple levels are relatively linear and traditionally like Halo, but then it opens up into this massive open world and it's just like, whoa. At first I was really worried about the open world, but it actually works really well. The main missions are still linear once you start them and it feels like traditional Halo, but the added aspects of FOBs to clear out and high value targets are actually really cool. While in some ways repetitive, they do have good incentives of better guns and vehicle upgrades and more Marines that become available after doing them. It actually makes them feel rewarding and worthwhile, and I find myself actually stopping to do them, which is a thing a lot of open world games cannot achieve. Kitting out Marines in this game is actually really useful and fun. It actually opened up a lot of cool strategies, and I actually cared when one of my Marines died, which is a far cry from pistol whipping one of them for the sniper like back in the day. The gameplay in Halo Infinite is very solid. The grapple hook isn't a cheap mechanic like I expected it to be, just shoehorned in at the last moment. It's a central movement mechanic that the game is actually centered around. You can pick up shit with it, grapple enemies, and bash their head in like fucking Spider-Man. You can also grapple, there's these cool like explosion coil things, and throw them. In some of the boss fights on harder difficulties, this is actually a necessity you have to do, and you're actually rewarded in the gameplay for using these movement mechanics. That's the other thing, is I thought the boss fights were going to be stupid. I mean, Halo does not have boss fights. But these boss fights are really well made and really well incorporated, and it actually might be my favorite part of this game. Again, I'm not going to spoil it, but they're just really creative and challenging. The Halo universe has so many cool, super powerful enemies, and a lot of the time in these games, you don't actually get to face them. The addition of boss fights actually makes the universe feel more real and feel more powerful. Weapons and enemies in this game are extremely diverse. You got the monkey that runs at you on crack, the grunt mules, 25 different variations of grunts, jackals, and elites. And this might be the fastest paced Halo game ever, which grants some really epic moments. Now there are some problems with this game. The weapons and explosions in this game do not feel powerful at all and do not feel like they're in Halo. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of these guns just aren't fun to shoot. The story, which I'm not going to spoil, is good, but I wouldn't call it great. In my opinion, it just takes too much time to get going, and it isn't super impactful on the universe as a whole. One of the aspects I really did like, though, is there's this focus on you being this great legend that all these brutes and warriors want to kill. And it's actually cool. It feels like you get the respect you deserve from the first couple of games. But there are a lot of cheap deaths in this game. Jackal snipers, which are fucking insane in this game. They might even be worse than they were in Halo 2. I don't know. Grunts will sometimes hit you with these impossible grenade trick shots that probably have Kobe smiling in his grave. Vehicles are also broken. The splattering mechanic in this game is just stupid. But all in all, buried not too far under these issues, it's the best Halo game we've had since the original trilogy. I would put it somewhere like here on my tier list. But I think it's fair to say that Halo's fucking back.